All right, so we have this 2010 Kenworth T6 series, and we're going to be taking a look at this after treatment exhaust gas temperature sensor. It's sensor number 3, but as you can see, we have some erratic data. Also, the circuit voltage is above normal or shorted to high. So I would expect there to be an open circuit, broken wire, but we're going to find out. You can see the temp sensor is at the very top of the stack there. So we're going to go ahead and just take a look at the harness visually and see if we can't find what's going on with it. It also had another issue with the coolant reservoir. These things are known for either the magnet inside gets stuck. Come with me, I'll quickly show you. I know this is sort of off topic, but I just want to show you guys the what happens to these coolant level sensors. So this is the coolant level sensor right here, and it just pulls out. By the way, this is sealed in here, so if you ever need to change it, just reach underneath the coolant reservoir, because it's upside down right now, and just pull it out and change it. But basically how this thing works is there's a magnet that sits inside of here that can move up and down, and it changes the amount of resistance in this sensor, which then determines if the coolant is getting low, or if it's empty, or if it's full. So I thought that maybe it was getting stuck in there, but as you can hear, it's free. So we'll be taking a look and seeing if this sensor needs to be replaced or not. So let's go take a look at this temp sensor. Okay, so we're going to just check this sensor real quick. That's our temp sensor right there. You can see in the top. So I just like to do a quick continuity check just to make sure that that circuit is not open, no open circuit. And we can see on the meter there we have some resistance, and I would expect it to be high resistance like that. You can see it's 263,000 ohms, and that's typical for a temperature sensor. They all vary, but as temperature changes, and temperature does change quite a bit on these because this gets very hot, the resistance changes. So expect to see some resistance in there. Now we're just going to go ahead. I have the key on right now, and I think I'm just going to check voltages. I don't know exactly which color of wiring it is because both of the wires are black here. So I don't know if you can just watch me while I hook this up, but I think what I'm going to do is we will first off just go across the plug and see what we have there. Need to change this to voltage. So you can see you got nothing there. And then I'm going to go to ground. Don't really have too good of a ground here. I don't know if this is. That's one thing when you're testing, always make sure that your ground is confirmed good ground. It's I've been burned a lot of times for not checking and then realizing that I have a bad ground. Okay, so what I need to do now is I'm just going to pull up a quick wiring diagram and just take a look at the circuit so that I know that this doesn't branch off into something, or I know where the next sort of connector is. I can see obviously it probably goes down here to a main connector. It'll be easy to check, but I'd like to just know which wires are which, and the 5 minutes to look into that really helps. So we got this harness. I just pulled it out. Honestly, I couldn't find the wiring diagrams for this truck for what I was looking for, but it wouldn't have shown the sub harness anyways. So with a lot of these sensors, it will show you the truck's wiring harness that leads up to this sub-assembly harness, and also any sensor harnesses, but then anything that's sub-harness doesn't show you. So it was easy enough to take off. I just pulled it off so we could take a look. And as you can see here, we have a butt connector that has been compromised. That is our open circuit. I did inspect it a little further, and I'm gonna pull this covering off as well. But if you take a look at this one, look, there's a break there. So that's gonna give us issues down the road. And I just wanna make sure that this thing is rock solid when it goes back on the truck, because I don't wanna have any issues coming back on me, even though this truck is our company truck. We just wanna fix it right. So I'm gonna be cutting this out and replacing this section properly. And I will also do a repair on this section. And I'm gonna take all this shielding off and just double check everything's okay. I'm probably gonna clean all these connectors out. They had a bunch of dirt in them. And then what I like to do is just put a little bit of dielectric grease on those connectors there, just as a reassurance that nothing gets destroyed. So that was our issue all along. Luckily, it was fairly simple to find, and it wasn't actually in the truck's wiring harness, but just goes to show that butt connectors aren't the greatest, and sometimes it's not that difficult to find. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you got any questions, throw them down in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.